Hello, everybody. This is Arvind Mohan, and you're watching your favorite morning coffee show. Today is 23rd August 2021. Vanga, let's get into the show. We'll see what are all the key updates for today. First point that we're going to talk about COVID third wave in India. அதை பற்றி some reports வந்திருக்கு. எப்போ peak வரும், என்னென்ன ஒரு study இருக்கு, என்ன preparation, என்னெல்லாம் impacts, அதை பற்றி ஒரு short overview பார்க்கலாம். Point number 2. India has successfully evacuated close to 400 people from Afghanistan, which also includes Indians and some Afghan citizens. இதை பற்றி ஒரு overview பார்க்கலாம். Point number 3. India's largest floating solar plant is now in Vizag. We'll take a short summary of it. What are the proud moments with this achievement and where all of these will support for the long-term plan of the country. இதை பற்றி ஒரு short summary பார்க்கலாம். Business side updateல income tax portal has been down. The CEO of Infosys has been summoned by the Finance Minister of India. என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் ஆச்சு, என்னதோட ஹிஸ்ட்ரி, இதை பற்றி ஒரு குவிக் சம்மரியாக பார்க்கலாம். ரொம்ப டீட்டெயில்ஸ்லாம் இல்லை, ஒரு குவிக் சம்மரியாக பார்க்கலாம். Point number 5, with respect to sports, Shaili Singh, a 17-year-old athlete from Jhansi, she has made all of us feel proud by winning silver medal in long jump. அது என்ன the event, என்ன success, அதை பற்றி ஒரு summary பார்க்கலாம். So these are all the topics for today. Let's enjoy the show. First topic, COVID. Past days we saw what are the preparations Indian government is doing if there is a third wave. We also discussed about stocking all the necessary medicines so that in time of emergency it will come in use. Infrastructure எப்படி நம்ம வந்து டெவலப் பண்ண போகிறோம் across all districts, how we are going to manage infrastructure. இதெல்லாம் நிறைய டீட்டெயில்ஸ் பார்த்தோம். Today we have an official report on when COVID third wave's peak in India is expected. So this is based on a report submitted by National Institute of Disaster Management, which is under Ministry of Home Affairs. They have submitted a report to PMO office. And the report claims that the peak of COVID third wave in India is expected to be in October. So இது வந்து ஒரு தடவை ஒன்று ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணாங்க. In fact, there was some prediction that third wave would start ஜூலையில் இருக்கும்னாங்க. Well, we can probably consider this as the latest prediction based on the current situation. இதனால major challenge என்ன அப்படின்னா, lot of these experts says that this third wave, the major impact could be for kids. The reason is, a lot of adults are also vaccinated. Kids இன்னும் vaccine launch ஆல, though Zydus Cadila or ZyCoV-D, the first DNA-based vaccine. This will be made available for kids about 12, but still now kids are not administered with vaccine. So they say that the major impact could be for kids. These are all some claims, some reports based on study, but we still don't know. But however, each of these state government and the central government are taking measures to ensure that these pediatric wards, if at all emergency comes up, is made available for enough beds being available for in all of these pediatric hospital. This is the main focus of வைக்கிறாங்க. Okay. In the primary health center, PHCs, they say that 80% of the pediatricians are shortfall. We don't have enough pediatricians. So this is one claim from the government hospital reports. However, state government and the central government, they're all working together so that in each of the districts, this is taken care and addressed. This is all about COVID. ஒரு forecast இருக்கு, and the country is now getting prepared for it. Sorry everybody. Shoot முடிக்கிறதுக்குள்ள it started raining in Coimbatore, so I had to shift indoor. Never mind. I got another cup of coffee on this account. Let me enjoy this. Okay, so getting back to business. NTPC has started India's largest floating solar plant in Vizag. This is set up in Simhadri Reservoir. Floating solar plant. அப்பனா என்னப்பா அப்படிங்கிறீங்களா? So this is where all the solar panels are made to float on water. So it will be on a water body. Major advantages of having this. We don't have to compromise on our agricultural area or forest area, residential area. When you talk about a huge solar plant, then we need a lot of mass of areas of land. So we don't have to worry about using them for the solar cells. Second advantage, these solar cells are now placed on the water surface, so automatically it gets cooled down. So they say that efficiency could be at the best. Third advantage, water evaporation is also stopped. Because there are these solar cells on top of these reservoirs or these water bodies, so they say that water evaporation would also be reduced. இது எங்கே பார்த்த மாதிரி இருக்குல்ல, few years back யாரோ thermocol போட்ட ஞாபகம் வருதுல்ல. Okay, so we'll get back to this update. இது வந்து it's a 25 megawatt power project, and the total area coverage that it covers is close to 75 acres. Experts call this as a game changer. See, when we start focusing now on these floating solar panels on our water bodies, then it means that we would be easily able to match the dream of the country. Dream of the country, அப்படி dream இருக்கா நம்மளுக்கு சோலாரில் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறீங்களா? Yes, we have a big dream. India's biggest dream is to build 450 gigawatt worth power from renewable energy. So இப்படி ஒரு பெரிய ட்ரீமுக்கு to set up this floating solar plants, so this would be a massive breakthrough, and this could be the setting pattern from here where we'll have more and more such solar plants coming. So India progress, this is a great news. So I wanted to share this with you all and celebrate together. Okay, next update. Indian government, I've already told that they were very much focused on closing this evacuation of people stranded in Afghanistan. So as part of that, yesterday there was the next round of evacuation, and close to 400 people were brought back from Afghanistan to India. This included also 60 Afghan people, remaining were Indians. So there were a lot of these minority groups who were in Afghanistan, who were, which the government said they will ensure that they bring them back here as refugees. They claim this to be a flawless evacuation operation. This is a very, very sensitive matter. It is very delicate. In fact, the government formed a very strong team. This team comprised of people from Ministry of Defense, diplomats, all put together, deployed in Kabul airport. So they had to work in very close ties with other countries like US to support this whole evacuation operation, and they were able to do it flawlessly. The people who came back to India, who landed in India, it was an outburst of emotion. The whole world is watching, and India is clearly playing its role in the right way. Konja finance side update paakalam. Income tax portal is again, there was a downtime last weekend. So this time Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, has summoned the CEO of Infosys. This is not the first time she has quoted about the current ongoing issues of the new portal. Or a quick background. So this new portal was developed by Infosys, and it went live in June first week. So அப்பவே Nirmala Sitharaman went directly on social media and claimed Infosys to ensure that they fix all the current bugs. All the hiccups had to be resolved. Now, 3 months after the launch, when there was a downtime, I think this really created a big stir also in social media, where she directly reported that the CEO of Infosys is now being summoned to answer why there is a flaw even after 3 months of going live. Of course, downtime on Sunday, and after that it was fixed, it went live, but still it was a very big embarrassment. A lot of experts call this as the right move because it's taxpayers' money and a portal to pay tax, and it doesn't work. It's right thing to question. And I hope this is also extended beyond such technology-based solution, but also this extends to laying of road or bridges or any government contract. If government can come and question them and it doesn't work, that will be the right change that the government should do. Next, sports news. In the recent days, Mirabai Chanu or Neeraj Chopra, it is the time of all of these new stars to rise. Next in the list is Shaili Singh. Who is Shaili Singh? World Athletic Under-20 Championship is going on in Kenya, Kenya's capital in Nairobi. Idila, she has now made the whole country proud by winning her silver medal. In fact, she missed gold by just 1 centimeter in long jump. The most interesting part is her actual story. She comes from a very humble background. Her single mother, who is the mother of 3 kids, she is a tailor, and who completely supported her daughter to realize her dreams. In fact, she history padichale, it was very, very inspiring. School chinna contest, running and chinna athletic contest she was participating, but she didn't have great exposure in sports. So didn't her mother. Nobody in her family. One fine day, her mother saw about an advertisement of a sports hostel where she wanted to find out if her daughter is interested. Angada the journey started. She started step by step. She started to win more and more confidence, more and more contests, more and more practice. And today she has now returned back to India with a silver medal in under-20 athletics championship. It's a great moment for everybody. I hope such stories will inspire the kids of the next generation, and win more and more medals to our country. Alright, so these are all the main updates that I wanted to share with you. COVID third wave varun solranga, but our country is prepared, so we should wait and watch how all of this unfolds. Alright, thank you. So let me continue to enjoy my coffee and the rain outside. See you all, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.